You can peep into a room before you enter, but you cannot peep into a woman before you enter. Welcome to our next episode. And here we're going to sign 58 of section 8 of chapter 12 of the Holy Quran. And it's a continuation of the story of the prophet Joseph or Yusuf. Namshi. Wajaa ihu- wajaa ihwatu Yusufa. Wajaa ihwatu Yusufa. Fakat halu. No, sorry. Wajaa ihwatu Yusufa. Fadahalu alayhi. فعرفهم وهم له منكرون وهم له منكرون. Then came Joseph's brothers. Ehwatu. Then came Joseph's brothers. They entered his presence, and he knew them. They entered his presence, and he knew them. فعرفهم, and he knew them. فعرفهم, and he knew them, but they knew him not. وهم له منكرون. They knew him not. Of course, they shouldn't know him. It's a long time. They thought he's long dead, long time, or he's been taken to some far land, some land other than Egypt. Okay, there is a commentary for it. 1719. Years pass, semicolon. The times of prosperity go by, colon. Farming holds the land in its grip, and it extends to neighboring countries. Joseph's preparations are complete. His reserves are ample to meet the calamity. Not only does Egypt bless him, but neighboring countries sent to Egypt to purchase corn. Neighboring countries sent to Egypt to purchase corn. All are received with hospitality, and corn is sold to them according to judicious measure. Now there has been one sorrow gnawing at Joseph's heart. His poor father Jacob, his poor father Jacob, exclamation mark. How he must have wept, as indeed he did, at the loss of his beloved Joseph, and Joseph's little brother Benjamin. So Joseph was older than Benjamin, born of the same mother as himself. Yes, so same father, same mother. You can see the bond between them, Joseph and Benjamin. Same mother as himself, semicolon. With the other 10 brothers, not by the same mother, have any affection for him, or would they treat him as they treated Joseph? So these were the thoughts that were going on in the mind of Joseph. After treating me like this, what about my brother of the same mother? Okay. As they treated Joseph. How would the whole family be in these hard times? A sort of answer came when the 10 selfish brothers, driven by famine, came from Canaan to buy corn. Full stop. Joseph, though so great a man, kept the details of the farming department in his own hands. Here, farming is Famine. So that's the spelling of famine, of the famine department in his own hands, comma. Otherwise, there might have been waste. Yes. So he was to manage the produce so that uh, everybody would get some without wasting it. Otherwise, there might have been a waste. But to the public, he was a mighty Egyptian administrator, comma, probably in Egyptian dress and with all paraphernalia of the rank about him. When his brothers came, he knew them, but they did not know him. فَعَرَفَهُمْ وَلَهُ وَهُمْ لَهُ مُنْكِرُونَ. فَعَرَفَهُ وَهُمْ لَهُ مُنْكِرُونَ. He knew them, they didn't know him. He knew them, but they did not know he was Joseph. Full stop. In their thoughts was probably some menial slave in a remote household, perhaps already starved to death in these hard times. Yes, I said it. They don't know he would be there. They could never have imagined that their brother was the one serving them. Oh, let me use the word serve. Serving them with grains. All right. That's sign 1719. No, that's note 1719 to sign 58. We now go to sign 52. Walamma walamma jahaza walamma jahazahum bijahazi bijazahim walamma jahazahum bijahazihim kala ituni bi ahin lakum ituni bi ahin lakum min aidikum. And when he had furnished them forth with provisions, into brackets, suitable for them, he said, bring unto me a brother you have. Bring unto me a brother you have. Lahum. Lakum. Bi achin lakum. Of a brother you have. Min aidikum. Min aidikum. Allah. Min aidikum. Full stop. Of a brother you have. Allah tarawuna anni ufil kaila. Allah tarawuna anni ufi al kaila. Of the brother you have, of the same father as yourself, but a different mother. And of the same father and but different mother. And what is it here? Min ayyadakum. Huh? So sorry, min abikum. Sorry, min abikum. Ithun lahu min abikum, of the same father as yourself. min abikum, of the same father. You see, I was reading it as ayikum. Min abikum, of the same father as yourselves, into brackets, but different mothers. He didn't mention that. Mm. Then he added, uh, then he added, oh, I'm reading a different place. Min abikum, min abikum. Allah tarawna anni ufi alkila. Allah tarawna anni ufi alkaila wa ana khairun munzilin. See ye not, see ye not that I pay out full measure, and that I do provide the best hospitality. See you not. So he's trying to draw the brother's attention to his true identity. See, let me be here. See you not. What is it in Arabic? Allah tarawna anni ufi al-kila wa ana khairun munzilin. See ye not. This here. See ye not that I pay out full measure, and that I do provide the best hospitality? Is the question. We now go to the commentary 1790. Sorry, 1720. Pardon. I beg your pardon. 1720. It goes, Joseph treated his brothers liberally. Full stop. Perhaps he condescended to enter into conversation with these strangers and inquired about their family. Full stop. The 10 brothers had come. Had they left a father behind them? You didn't even know whether the father was dead or not. Had they left a father behind them? What sort of a person was he? Very aged? Well, of course, he could not come. Of course, he could not come. He has so many children. We just send the children to come for food. Are there any other brothers? These are the questions that were running in the mind of Joseph. Doubtless, the 10 brothers said nothing about their lost Joseph, or told some lie about him. But perhaps their hosts their brother's kindly insistence brought Benjamin into the conversation. How old was he? Why had they not brought him? Would they bring him next time? Indeed, they must, or they would get no more. If you don't bring my junior brother of same mother, Charlie, I won't give you any more corn. Yeah, people like you. Or they would no more. They would get no more corn, and he dash the great Egyptian wazir would not would not even see them. Simple. You see, people say blood is thicker than water. All right, and that was sign. That was commentary 1720 to sign 60. Now we are going to sign 59. Yes, to sign 59. Now we're going to sign 60. فإن لم فإن لم تعطوني به فلا كيل لكم عندي ولا تفربونا لا تفربونا. Now, if ye bring him not to me, we shall have ye shall have no measure into brackets of corn from me, nor shall ye even come near me. I think the brothers must be thinking, why? Why? Who is this man? Just like so many thoughts went through his mind. Mm. Okay, no commentary to that. We go to sign 61. Kalu, Kalu, Sanurawidu, Sanurawidu, Anhu, Abahu, Sanurawidu, Sanurawidu, Anhu, Abahu, Wa inna lafa'ilun. They said, we shall try to win him from his father. Indeed, we shall do it. I think Joseph's mind will be settled now. He knows Benjamin is alive and the dad is also alive. Oh, what a happy Joseph. That answer alone is enough to give him a lot of pleasure in the heart and mind. Okay, we go to commentary 1721. 1721. The brothers said, certainly we shall try to beg him of our father and bring him away with us. We shall certainly comply with your desire for your own good, not for Joseph's good, for your own good. So they will certainly comply with his desire. Hmm? Okay. In reality, they probably loved Benjamin no more than they loved Joseph. But they must get food when the present supply was exhausted, and they must humor the great Egyptian wazir, and they must humor the great Egyptian wazir. Humor is the humor we know, Humor. They must humor the great Egyptian wazir. Note that they do not call Joseph our father. They do not call Joseph. Note that they did not call Jacob. I'm sorry. Note that they did not call Jacob our father, but his father. Yes. They agreed they will bring Benjamin, they didn't say we will see if we can get him from our father. But they are saying they will try to win him from his father, Benjamin's father. In other words, he's so close to the father, just like Joseph was. Hmm? I love this commentary. Hmm? Where is it again? Note that they do not call Jacob our father, but his father. Whose father? Benjamin's father. How little they loved their aged father, whom they identified with Joseph and Benjamin. So, in other words, the 10 brothers didn't like their father like Benjamin and Joseph did, and vice versa. He also loved the two of them far more than he loved the other 10 brothers. Mm. So, when it comes to love, it's not a matter of numbers. Mm. Okay. Uh, Identify with Joseph and Benjamin. Their trial and their instruction in their duties is now being undertaken by Joseph. And that was commentary 1721 to, sign 61. We now go to sign 62. Hmm. wakala wakala lifitiyazi wakala lifitiyanihi ij'alu bidwa atahum fi rihalihim la'allahum yarifuna yarifunaha iza inqalabu ila ahlihim la'allahum yarji'un. And into brackets, Joseph told the servants, put, Joseph told the parents, I'm saying parents, Joseph told the servants, Joseph told the servants, I think those serving them with food, to put their stock in trade, into brackets, with which they had with which they had bartered, to put their stock in trade, in which they had bartered, into their saddlebags, so they should know so they should know it only when they return to their people, only when they return to their people, in order that they might come back. Okay, he didn't want them to go away. So stock in trade, I think viewers can help me. I think what they had brought to buy the grain with. I think so. I'm not conversant with these terms. So that they would come back. Where is it? So that they know it only when they return to their people, in order that they might come back. We go to 1723. Did we do 1722? No, we didn't. We go to 1722. No, we go to 1722. Yes, 1722 to note 1722 to sign 62. So sign 62 has two notes, 1722 and 1723. All right, 1722. They're going to explain the word bida'at. Let me see if I can find it. Bida'at. Wakalu li fitiyanihi ij'al bida'atihim. That's bida'atihim. That's bida'atihim. And this is the explanation of it. Stock in trade, capital with which business is carried on, money when it is used as capital for trade. It is better here to suppose that they were bartering goods for grain. Compare chapter 12:19. We've gone past that already. So that's bidat. When we used to learn the barter system, where you take something to somebody and get something that he has that you don't have, but needs what you have. So, well, that's representing money now. Let's say it's money. Today's term is big money. Uh, yes, that's it. 1722. We've done one. So that's sign. That's note 1722 to sign 62. There is a second sign and note for it. There's a second note for it, and that's 1723. And what is it? It was most important for Joseph's plan that they should come back. If they came back at all, they could not come without Benjamin after what he had told them. As an additional incentive to their coming back, he returns the price of the grain. Yes, he returns the price of the grain in such a way that they should find it in their saddlebags when they reach home. So take note of saddlebags. Here we have purses. A purse, you put your money, fold it into two, put inside, or straighten it and put inside. There were no purses in those days, so they had saddlebags. But also there were no purses in those days, but they had saddlebags rather. Uh, what they put on their donkeys or camels or whatever, so that they had no cost. Uh, Grain in such a way that they find it in their saddlebags when they reach home. Yes, that's note 1723 to sign 62. Sign 62. We now go to sign 63. Mhm. فلما فلما رجعوا إلى أبيهم فلما رجعوا إلى أبيهم قالوا يا يا أبا قالوا يا أبا يا أبنا قالوا يا أبنا يا أبانا sorry قالوا يا أبانا منع منا منع منا الكيل فأرسل معنا إخ أخانا sorry فأرسل معنا أخانا نك نقتل يابان أهانا نقتل وإنا له لحافظون. The father should be afraid now to release Benjamin again. Oh, yeah, this time I don't think so. Okay, now when they returned to their father, they said, "Oh, our father, no more measure of grain shall we get unless we take our brother. Unless we take our brother is in inverted, is in brackets. Unless we take our brother. So send our brother with us, that we may get our measure, and we will indeed take every care of him." So you can see family uh, problems. There's no start today. In some parts of the world where we have so many wives, and therefore brothers belonging to same different mothers but of same father, they can be problematic. Okay, so that he may that we may get our measure, and we will indeed take every care of him. Now let's go to the commentary. 1724. 1724. On their return, they no doubt told Jacob all that had transpired. I think Jacob, the father, would have been, you know, thinking something positive. He would say, "Why? Why Benjamin? And who is this man giving us food?" Eh? The father would be wondering, he's an old man, you know. Okay, all that had transpired. Jacob, all that had transpired. But to beg Benjamin of him was no easy matter, as Jacob did not trust them and had no cause to trust them after their treatment of Joseph. Full stop. So they use the argument of urgent necessity for all it is worth. Yes, for all it is worth. Then there is no. We go to sign. That was note 1724 to sign 63. We now go to sign 64. Kala, that's the father, Jacob, their father, Jacob. Kala, hal, hal amanakum alayhi illa kama amintum, kama amintukum ala ihwa, ala ahihi, kama amintu ila ahihi min kablu. Should I trust you after I trusted you with Joseph, his brother Joseph? Hmm? Okay. He said, "Shall I trust you with him with any result other than when I trusted you with the brother aforetime, min kablu, aforetime, min kablu? Uh, for Allahu khairun hafizun, for Allahu khairun hafizun." But God is the best to take care of him. So he didn't trust the brother still, but he just said, okay, I have to. For greens, God is the one who will take care of him. It's a very sad story of Jacob, sorry, who will take care of him. And he is the most merciful of those who show mercy. فَاللَّهُ خَيْرٌ حَافِظٌ فَاللَّهُ خَيْرٌ حَافِظٌ فَاللَّهُ خَيْرٌ حَافِظًا. It's not حَافِظٌ. فَاللَّهُ خَيْرٌ حَافِظًا وَهُمْ أَرْحَمَ راحمين. وَهُمْ أَرْحَمَ راحمين. He puts his trust in God now, only God. And he is the most merciful of those who show mercy. It's very sad. Okay, we go to sign 1725. I'm sorry, note 1725. And what does it say? Note 1725. I construe Jacob's answer to be a flat refusal to let Benjamin go with them. Full stop. Okay? Yes, full stop. It would be like the former occasion when he trusted Joseph with them and they lost him. Full stop. Did they talk of taking care of him? The only protection that he trusted was that of God. Full stop. He at least showed mercy to old and young alike. He at least showed mercy to old and young alike. Did man show such mercy? Did man show such mercy? Full stop. His Witness his sad old age and his lost little Joseph! Exclamation mark. Will they bring down his gray hairs with sorrow to the grave? Oh. In other words, if Benjamin goes now, it's unlikely he would ever see either of them, either Benjamin or the brother, before dying. That's what this commentary means. Sorrow to the grave. And that's signed 1725 to, I'm sorry, that's note 1725 to sign 64. We now go to sign 65. فلما فتحوا متاعهم وجدوا بضاعتهم Ruddat, Ruddat ilayhim, Ruddat ilayhim. Then, when they opened their baggage, they found their stock in trade. Mhm. Yes, stock in trade, we are told, is da'at, bida'atum, at home. So da'at, stock in trade. They found their stock in trade and that had been returned to them. They found their stock in trade had been returned to them. They said, Kalu, Ya Abana, Ya Abana, Ma Nab Ma Nabgi, Ya Abana, Ma Nabgi. They said, Oh, our father, what more can we desire? What more can we desire? Ya Abana, Ma Nabgi. What more can we desire? Ma Abni. Hazihi bida'atuna. Hazihi bida'atuna. Ruddat Elena. Ruddat Elena. Uh, uh, they said, Our father, what more can we desire? This our this our stock in trade has been returned. This our stock in trade has been returned. Mhm. Uh, Hazihi, where is it? Oh, where is Hazihi? Hazihi bida'atna Ruddat Elena has been returned. Mhm. Ruddat Elena, this our stock of trade has been returned. This our stock in trade. Stock in trade is hyphenated. Has been returned to us. Has been returned to us. So we shall get more food for our family. So we shall get more food for our family. Elena Wanairu. Oh, sorry, Wanamiru Alina Wanafuzu. Wanafuzu Ahana Nazdadu. Ahana Nazdadu. Kela Ba'irun. Zalika Kelun Yasirun. Uh, to us. So we shall get more food for our family. We shall take care of our brother and add add a full camel's load of grain to our provisions. Here there is brackets and add at the same time a full camel's load of grain to our provision. This is but a small quantity. This is but a small quantity. وَإِنَّا لَهُ لَحَافِظُونَ. And we shall take care of him. That's Benjamin. إِنَّا لَهُ لَحَافِظُونَ. أَحَانَا نَكِيلًا. فَأَرْسِلْ مَعَنَا. Okay. This is but a small quantity. ذَلِكَ كَيْلٌ يَسِيرٌ. This is a small quantity. Okay, we go to sign 1727. 1727. Did we do 1726? Oh, yes. There are two commentaries there, if I'm not mistaken. Mm. Or are they three? Yes, two commentaries there, 1726 and 1727. 1726 first. Mm. Uh, the same brothers did not take their father's refusal as final. Mm. They opened their saddlebags and found that the price they had paid for their provision had been returned to them. They had got the grain free. What more could they desire? What more could they desire? The spell which Joseph had woven now worked. If they only went back, this kind wazir would give more grain if they pleased him. Full stop. And the only way to please him was to take back their younger brother with them. It would cost them nothing. It would cost them nothing. Mm. Full stop. Judging by past experience, they would get a whole camel's load of grain now. And so they stated their case to the aged father. Okay, 1727 to the same commentary 1727 to the same sign, uh, which is 66. No, which is 65. The same sign, which is 65. Two meanings are possible, comma, and dash, either or perhaps both. Two reasons are possible, either or perhaps both. What we have brought now is nothing compared to what we shall get if we humor the whim of the Egyptian wazir. Full stop. And, comma, moreover, Egypt seems to have plenty of grain stored up. Full stop. What is a camel load to her wazir to give away? So the return of the saddleback or the return of their money, if you like, had worked. That was a trick and it worked to them. The return of their saddleback to them was a trick by Joseph that worked well. Mm. And so they started. uh, yes. What is a camel load to her wazir to give away? That to Egypt's wazir to give away. Now we go to sign, and that was sign 1727. That was note 1727 to sign 65. We now go to sign 66. Oh, the old man is still not convinced. Kala lan ursula lan ursilahu ma'akum lan ursilahu ma'akum hatta totuni mawthikan. Jacob said, "Never will I send him with you until you swear a solemn oath to me. Hata totini mawthikan. Hata totini mawthikan. Until ye swear a solemn oath to me. Hata totini mawthikan." What is this? Minallahi. Mawthikan minallahi. Liyatunanni bihi. Liyatunanni bihi. A solemn oath to me in God's name that ye will will that ye will sure to bring back to me. To bring tunani liya tunani bihi Allah an yahata Allah an yahata bikum Allah an yahata bikum uh, to bring him back to me unless ye are yourselves hemmed in unless ye are yourselves hemmed in into brackets and made powerless. So uh, they should swear that they will bring him back. If they don't bring him back, it means they themselves have by circumstances been powerless not to bring him back. Illa an yahata bikum. Falamma atuhu falamma atawhu mawthikahum kala Allahu ala ma takulu wakilun. Falamma atu mawthikahum falamma atuhu mawthikahum kala Allahu ala ma nakulu wakilun. Unless ye yourselves. And when they had sworn their solemn oath, falamma atuhu mawthikahum, when they had sworn their solemn oath, he said, Kala Allahu ala ma nakulu wakilun. He said, over all that we say, be God the witness and guardian. That's the father talking. That's Jacob talking now. Guardian. There's commentary for it. 1729. 1729. 1729. This is more than a formula. This is more than a formula. Full stop. God is invoked as present and witnessing the bargain between 10 brothers and Father Jacob. And to him, both parties make over, and to him, both parties make over the affair to arrange and fulfill. That's Psalm 1729. 1729 to, sorry, that's note 1729. I always make this mistake. That's note 1729 to Psalm 66. No, we didn't read 1728. I don't think so. The appeal to Joseph's, the appeal to the family's needs in times the appeal to the family's needs in time of famine at length made Jacob relent, but he exacted a solemn promise from the brothers under the most religious sanctions, that they would bring Benjamin back to him, unless they were themselves prevented, as the insurance policies say, by an act of God, so that they become really powerless, they become really powerless. Full stop. To that promise, Jacob called Allah to witness. To that promise, Jacob called God to witness. Then we go to 1729. This is more than a formula. God is invoked as present and witnessing the bargain, and to him both parties make over the affair to arrange and fulfill. And that is sign 1729. That's note 1729 to sign 66. Oh, I think we have two or so signs to go. So let's continue. 17. Let's go to sign 67. Let's go to sign 67. Wakala ya baniya. Wakala ya baniya. La tadhulu min ba'bin wahidan. La tadhulu la tadhulu min min ba'bin wahidan. Wa idhulu min abwabin mutakarika mutakarikatin bi non sorry bin min ababin mutafarikatin. Joseph is still not convinced of the security of Benjamin. Further, he said, "O my sons, enter not all in one gate. Ba'abun wahidan, ba'abun wahida. Enter ye by different gates. Mutafarikatun. Enter ye by different gates. Mutafarikatun." Where is it? Ba'abun mutafarikatun. Yeah. Ma yugni ankum minallahi min shay'an. Ma yugni antum minallahi shay'an. Ma ugni ankum minallahi shay'an. Or shay'in. Minallahi shay'in, I'm sorry. All by enter ye at different gates. Not that I can promise you aught against God with my advice. Not that I can promise you, not that I can profit you aught. Not that I can profit you aught against God with my advice. Shay'an. Innal hukma illa lillahi. Innal hukma illa lillahi. None can command except God. None can command except God. Innal hukma illa lillahi. None can command except God. Alayhi tawakkaltu. Alayhi tawakkaltu wa alayhi falyatawakkilun al almutawakkilun. Let me read it well. Alayhi tawakkaltu wa alayhi falyattakilu almutakilun. None can command except God. On him do I put my trust. Alayhi tawakkaltu. On him do I put my trust. And let all that trust put their trust in God. And let all that trust put their trust on him, God, on him. Alayhi tawakkaltu wa alayhi fatawakkilu al-mutawakkilun. Let all that trust put their trust in him. We go to the sign We go to sign 1730 to, we go to note 1730 to this sign that we just read, 67. And what is it? 1730. The commentators refer to a Joseph or Eastern custom or superstition which forbade members of the numerous family to go together in a mass for fear of the evil, for fear of the evil eye. Mm. But apart from east and west, but apart from east or west, but apart from east or west, mm, or custom or superstition, it will be ridiculous. It will be ridiculous for any large family of 10 or 11 to parade together in a possession amongst strangers. But there was even a better reason in this particular case, which made Jacob's advice sound, which makes Jacob's advice sound, and Jacob was, as stated in the next verse, a man of knowledge and experience. Here were 11 strangers, dressed alike, in a dress not of their country, talking a, talking a strange language, coming in a high stress, on an errand for which they had no credentials. Full stop. Would they not attract, yes, full stop. Would they not attract undue attention and suspicion if they went together? It's a question mark. Would they not be taken for spies? Would they not be taken for spies? Question mark, then dash. Or for men bent on some mischief, or for men bent on some mischief, theft or organized crime, such as suspicion or theft or organized crime, question mark, sorry. Such a suspicion is referred to in verse 73. I call it sign 73 below. We have to get there. Full stop. By entering separately, they would attract little attention. By entering separately, they would attract little attention. Full stop. Jacob very wisely tells them to take all human precautions, that like a prophet of Allah, that like a prophet of God, he wants take all precautions. Yes, all precautions. I'm sorry, I'm reading wrongly. To take all precautions, but like a prophet of God, he warns them that human precautions will be no good if they neglect or run counter to the weightier matters, dash, God's will and law. God's will and law. Above all, they must try to understand and obey this, and their trust would be on God rather than on human usages, institutions, or precautions, however good and reasonable this might be. And that was sign 1730 to, that was note 1730 to sign 67. We now go to sign 68. And that is the last sign. We now go to sign 68. ولما دخلوا من حيث أمرهم أبوهم ما كان يغني عنهم من الله من شيء. And when they entered in the manner their father had enjoined, it did not profit them in the least against the plan of God. من شيئا عنهم من الله ما كان يغنيهم عنهم من الله من شيئا إلا حاجة في نفسي في نفسي يعقوب حاجة في نفس يعقوب إلا حاجة في نفس يعقوب ف فدا فدا فداها كداها نفس يعقوب كداها let me take it again. ما كان يغني عنهم من الله من شيئا إلا حاجة في نفس يعقوب كداها had. And when they entered in the manner their father had enjoined, it did not profit them in the least against the plan of God. The plan of God is in brackets. Against the plan of God. Kadaha, except against the plan of God. It served only to satisfy Jacob's heartfelt desire. It served only to satisfy Jacob's heartfelt desire. Illa, that is, إلا حاجة في نفس يعقوب قضاها وإنه لذو علم لما علمناه إنه لذو علم لما علمناه ولكن أكثر الناس لا يعلمون. Against plan of God. It served only to satisfy Jacob's heartfelt desire. For he was, by our instruction, full of knowledge and experience. But most men know not. ولكن أكثر الناس لا يعلمون. ولكن أكثر الناس لا يعلمون. ولكن أكثر الناس لا يعلمون. But our sense full of knowledge and experience. But most men know not. أكثر الناس لا يعلمون. But most men know not. We now go to commentary 1731, 1732, and 1733. The commentaries are 3 to sign 68. Let's read them. See the last verse and note 1736, full stop. Though they scrupulously observed their father's injunctions to the letter, their hearts were not yet pure, and they got into trouble. As the later story will show. Full stop. They had the hardihood. They had the hardihood. Hardihood is spelled Hardihood. They had the hardihood to cast aspersions on Joseph, not knowing that they were in Joseph's power. Not knowing that they were in Joseph's power. Full stop. And Joseph took a noble revenge by planning a reunion of the whole family and shaming the 10 brothers into repentance. Full stop. He was the instrument for the fulfillment of God's plan. We go to, that's 1731. We go to 1732 next. And then probably 1733. Yes, we go to 1732 next. It is necessary of prophets, it is necessary of a prophet's soul that he should speak out and teach all that he knows. Full stop, comma, to the worthy and unworthy alike. To the worthy and unworthy alike. Thus, no, it's not thus, it's this. This, comma, Jacob did to his unworthy sons, as well as to his worthy sons, whom he loved best. It was not for him a prophet. It was not for him as a prophet too. It was not for him as a prophet to guarantee any results. If this in this case, he could not save his sons from getting into trouble merely because they followed the letter, merely because they followed the letter of his advice in a small matter. Full stop. Apply this to the teaching of a greater than Jacob. Apply this to a story. Apply this to a teaching of a greater than Jacob. Full stop. Man who literally observe, men who literally observe some small injunctions of the Holy Prophet Muhammad and neglect the greater principles which he taught cannot blame him for their troubles and difficulties. If they examined the matter, they would find that they brought the troubles on themselves. We go to 1733. We go to 1733. Yes, we go to 1733, and that's the last note for section 8, which is sign 68. 1733. The prophets of God are full of knowledge. The prophets of God are full of knowledge, comma, and dash, not as men, but as taught by the grace of God. Full stop. For men as such are, into brackets, Carlyle said, as much as, into brackets, for men as such are, into brackets, Carlyle said, mostly fools, devoid of knowledge and understanding. So men as such are mostly fools, devoid of knowledge and understanding. And this was said by Carlyle. I don't know if that's something, maybe it's in the literature by Carlyle. That's the end of section 8, viewers. That's the end of section 8 of chapter 8. When we come back, we go to section 9, and it begins with sign 69. Mm. Pardon me for my being not being good, so good at the right reading. Thank you very much. Illa likai. Bye bye. Au revoir. May God be with you all.